I just recently beat the hardest level I've ever played on this channel. This level took the creator 78 hours to beat, so I wanted to give it a shot as well. My previous longest clear was one that looked like this, and it took me 37 hours. But this one is only an 18-second level, and it took me quite a bit more than 37 hours to beat. The tricks are extremely precise in this level, so I'll explain how I was able to pull them all off. In this first part, the goal is to save this spring to use for a shell jump at the end of the section right here. So not only do I perform these quick shell jumps with perfect positioning and speed, but I also have to juggle the spring simultaneously. I throw the spring over here on this block, and I grab it as I fall and throw it for the shell jump. And now in this part, I have to precisely control the height of my jumps so I can bump all the shells in position so that I can keep this shell for a shell jump here. This trick has almost no room for error, so if I hold the jump button for a split second too long, the shell falls in the lava, or I can't land in this dry shell, or if I release the jump button a split second too early, I get hit by this shell, or I just barely miss landing on this shell, or it looks like everything's fine and this stupid block sends me right back to the beginning of the level. Luckily, that only happened to me 300 times. Anyway, this next part is much harder than anything else in the level, and I got here about 30 times before I could clear the level. And to make sense of what's going on, I'll show a simpler version of the trick in the course maker. When Mario is given 2 shells, he can juggle them in the air and eventually use them for shell jumps. Mario has to throw the shells with enough speed so he can move forward while making sure the shells don't collide with each other in the air, which is very precise. Now, to complicate things, the creator added a spring to juggle while already juggling the 2 shells. You can't beat the level without the spring because he needed to get a hidden key from this Bob-omb. Every item throw and every jump I make has to be perfect, or else I might miss an item, collide the shells, or land on the spikes. And if I mistime any of these inputs, I'm sent back to the beginning of the level. But after successfully juggling the items to keep the spring, I make it to the final trick where I spit this dry shell for a mid-air jump and throw the POW into the springs for another jump to the key door, which eventually leads to the end of the level. Now, if you look closely, I was about a pixel away from hitting the thwomp here, so this trick has almost no room for error. But after using all the keys I collected throughout the level, I touch the axe and complete the level. And now, I'll show off the run at full speed with my live reaction. Oh my god, yes! Yes! Oh my god, I did it! That's it! So whenever I achieve something like this, I like to celebrate by putting something up on my wall that symbolizes my achievement. Beating the hardest level I've ever beaten is the greatest achievement I've ever accomplished. And luckily, someone took a photo of me the moment I finally beat the level. So I put it on my wall.